Thanks for joining me today on Life in Stereo. I think this is volume 2. Today we're discussing Revolver. I recently picked up the standalone LP of the new 2022 stereo remix. Now, for those who caught one of my recent videos about not buying a Super Deluxe edition, see, I don't hate the Beatles. I love Revolver and I love the Beatles. We all live in a yellow submarine, right? I merely was calling out the relative lack of value compared to past Beatles Super Deluxe sets that cost quite a bit less and came with the additional feature of a Blu-ray, which I appreciate because I love lossless surround music, 5.1 Atmos, and the like, and also the accompanying videos and other goodies that can come on a Blu-ray. Okay, so I love Revolver, I love the Beatles. I fully intended all along to pick up something reasonably priced to celebrate this landmark album. Previously, I have only owned a remastered CD version of Revolver, and I believe that would be the original stereo mix. So I was waiting for some reviews, and I finally caught a recent video from Vinyl Rewind, which is another YouTube channel that I really like. So check them out. They're very cool. And they did a comparison between this new stereo reissue and those that came in previous sets. And I don't know, he may have gone all the way back to like a pretty old pressing. But in any case, the feedback was, this sounds good. And, you know, I've been able to hear the stereo remix streaming on Apple, so I knew that I liked the balance of the parts. You know, I knew I liked the remix per se. I just needed to get some confirmation that the vinyl sounds good. So anyway, they reported that it does, and I completely agree. This is a fairly quiet pressing. There is the occasional surface noise, but nothing that detracted from my enjoyment. Now, why did I get a standalone LP? Particularly since all you get on it is the remixed album, and there is, for instance, an affordable 2 CD set that comes with the remixed album plus some of the bonus tracks. And those bonus tracks are fairly well received. Now, I've been able to stream the bonus tracks on Apple Music. So with bonus tracks, I'm generally like a one and done kind of guy. So owning those in hard copy isn't really a priority for me. And do I think that CD or LP sounds better? That is an eternal debate, and I'm not here to solve it. I like both. I own many, many copies of both. In fact, my LP and CD collections are pretty similar in number and in frequency of play. All right, I think they both have their merits. Why did I go for the LP in this case? I don't know, just to connect better to like the legacy of the Beatles. They made their name. They first put their music out to the world on LP, and I love the large format artwork. It's 12-inch artwork, and especially since this is such an iconic cover, I just really felt that, you know, it was worth it in this case. And I love my turntable. I love, you know, cleaning records and dropping the needle, and the occasional mild pop or click doesn't bother me. So yeah, I'm here to tell you that this is a really nice sounding pressing, and if you are at all interested in the 2022 stereo remix of Revolver, this is a good way to go. I imagine that the CD sounds pretty similar, though mastering an LP and a CD are often if not usually, different. So your mileage may vary. This LP sounds great on my system, and it's not a fabulously exquisite system. I put everything I do, pretty much I do on a budget, okay? So this is a nice sounding LP. We saw a few seconds of it spinning at the beginning of this video, so in my opinion, it's relatively flat, and I really, really like the new mix. Now, would I love someday to have a copy of the mono mix? I sure would. And I realize that it is included in the Super Deluxe vinyl edition, but that's just too rich for my blood at around $200. I may jump on that someday if the price just plummets, but I'm not holding my breath for that. And I've been able to hear the mono mix again streaming on Apple, and I like it. But I also really, really, really like the balance of this new stereo mix. To me, it delivers everything that I've come to hope for from Revolver with a modern balancing of parts across the stereo field. So if you want to celebrate Revolver, whatever format you go for, you will get no shame from me. The Super Deluxe vinyl is just way, way, way too expensive for my taste. The optical version, the CDs, it doesn't come with a Blu-ray, and so that's a no-go for me. I've been able to check out all the bonus tracks streaming, and they're cool. I definitely recommend doing that. It's just going to be up to you whether you want to dig deep in your pockets or not. So for my $11 a month Apple subscription, I feel like it was well worth it just to hear, the Revolver release. Of course, I also listened to the Atmos version of the album streaming, and as I've said before, that's lossy. The bandwidth isn't there at this time to stream lossless Atmos. And so, yeah, I wonder if it would sound noticeably better on Blu-ray. And then, of course, there's the rental factor. How long will that Atmos mix really be offered by Apple Music? For the rest of my life? For 6 months? For a year? Could depend on the contract that was signed. And Giles Martin has indicated that due to the massive outpouring of fan requests for a Blu-ray of these Revolver remixes, and a lot of those requests came from this channel, I'm very, very pleased to say, that Apple Corps may be considering putting out a Blu-ray at some point. I would really love that, and I would absolutely pick up a standalone copy or any reasonably priced package. Having heard the Atmos mix, I can say that it did not wow me in the same way that Abbey Road did and Let It Be as well. Though it is a very competent Atmos mix, it gets more adventurous after about the first 4 tracks. I was really hoping for more from Eleanor Rigby, in particular, since it has a cool mix on the Yellow Submarine movie soundtrack. But the back half of the album, for whatever reason, gets way, way more adventurous, and particularly when you get to the end of the record, like Gotta Get You Into My Life, the horns are really separated out very, very nicely. A lot like I am used to from the Paul McCartney video set. And then, of course, Tomorrow Never Knows is just mind-blowing. I mean, it already is, no matter how you're listening to it, simply the music that was recorded. But the Atmos mix delivers in every way that I would have hoped. Again, I would just like the definition and the clarity that can come with the lossless format of Blu-ray audio. Let me tell you how it will be. And then now I have this copy of the LP to enjoy, to drop the needle on, to savor over the years, to share with my family, and to, just be connected with the legacy of this great, great band. Is there really anything more to say? I think the mastering is good here. I think the LP pressing is good here. I like the stereo mix. I guess I would just encourage you to leave comments below. Let everyone know what you think of the new stereo mix. Let everyone know what you think of the LP if you've had a chance to hear it. Let everyone know if you've gone in for a different version. All opinions are welcome here, and I really love interacting with all of you when you leave comments. Also, if you like what I do on this channel, don't forget to like these videos, subscribe if you haven't, ring the notification bell if you haven't. It all helps the health of this channel. It helps me get love of music, both stereo and surround, and hey, even occasionally mono. My love of music out to each and every one of you, and I appreciate you watching, and I hope wherever you are that you are enjoying life and living life in stereo.